It's going to be on Tyrick Woods of Washington. So a very quick foul. I guess Washington is the home team. I thought Grace was. Well, that's how I filled it out. Well, Grace gets it in for Robert Longmire, and his drive kicks off. Washington trying to get control of it. Long outlet to number 20. That's Noah Treadwell. And Treadwell was trying to dish it to Cameron Fountain. Goes out of bounds, and it will be Grace basketball. Tell you what, the atmosphere in this gym has completely been subdued. We had a rocking time for that Eagles Landing East Coweta matchup. Shot for Amir Taylor won't go. And a very, very up-tempo for Washington. That's Leonard Rapley. Was denied on the straight ahead layup opportunity. It will stay with Washington. 7:23 remaining in the first, a scoreless matchup. Trying to go low post. And that was not good, but the stick back for Jaquet Favors is. And Favors gets the first 2 points of our proceedings. 2-0 favor of Washington, 7:05 remaining in the quarter. Amir Taylor takes an off-balance three that hits the heel. Grace Christian 0 for 3 from the floor. Going baseline was number 3, Rapley, but he travels, and it should give the ball back to Grace. And zigging when he should have zagged is Longmire. And it'll go back to Washington. With 6:50 remaining. Looks like the main tournament with the brackets is up over at Marietta High School, and we're kind of in the showcase area. Saw some college coaches here earlier. I think some people from Georgia were here. Well, it was tipped, but it finds Favors, and Favors drills it from the right elbow. It should be 4-0. Yeah, scoreboard got it right. There's a block for Rapley, but he blocked it right to number 3, Opiemi Ayeni. It will stay with Grace. 6:25 in the first. 4-0. Favor of the Eagles. Looks like they want to do a long outlet, and it was too high. Not enough. Well, went right to Rapley. He had a layup. A lot of air, not much arc. Or actually, a lot of arc, just not much distance. 6-0 Washington. 6:10 remaining. That's an offensive foul on Grace. And I believe they called it on Amir Taylor, his first. And it's Washington trying to make it 8-0. They're going to drive in immediately. Not a good shot for Rapley. Ball will go to Treadwell, and Treadwell shuffles his feet, trying to get up for a shot. Almost 2 minutes gone by, and it's 6-0. Washington Bulldogs ahead on our last game of our 6-game marathon here from Marietta Middle School. We'll have one more game of action tomorrow right here on the SUV TV from both gyms. And Grace Christian calls timeout with 5:50 remaining. They're down 6-0 to Washington. Well, even though my phone is completely on the other side of the gym, it's nice to know that my iWatch can still pick up the signals from it. Just got a notification on my Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at John_Morgo, M-O-R-G-O. Just got a retweet from SUV TV as I posted the result and recap of our last game. Again, a pretty good one. 80-77 favor of Eagles Landing. David Thomas, 34 points. Samuel Moss had 30. Well, we're back to live action as Grace Christian's going to inbound. Looking for some points. Jordan Fields with the basketball. Comes to the near side, and Taylor They're only dressing 8 players, Grace Christian, so depth is going to be an issue for these guys. Tried to dipsy do it to Ayeni. Hitting it was Treadwell. Treadwell's a 6'2 freshman. Trying to get it into the corner. Now back out, and tipping it out was Rappley. Denying Kevin Hicks a shot at the ball. And they get the ball from one of our tournament officials. Grace Christian with possession. 5:34 to go in our first quarter. Still 6-zip Washington. As Taylor dribbles slowly. Double team, now gets out of it. Almost a triple team, driving the baseline, now kicking it out. Looking for Longmire, off of Longmire's knee. Washington the other way. Favors already with 4 points. He tries to kick it out. It goes into the block on the right side, dances off the rim for Treadwell. High rebound for Fountain, doesn't go. And the ball skips out, and it'll go to Grace with 4:57 remaining. Stepping into a three is Amir Taylor, and he'll drill it. Amir Taylor gets Grace on the scoreboard. 6-3, 4:48 left. Taking some long steps, and with the left hand, that's Favors. And he's got 6. 8-3 now, 4:39 left in the first. Taylor is in the backcourt, back to Taylor. Taylor wants to do a high lob. 2-3 zone shown by Washington as Taylor backs up near the line. Now comes to the near side, trying to find someone over there on that far side into the coffin corner. Move to drive in, mid-range jump shot, that's good for Ayeni. And Ayeni gets on the scoreboard, 8-5. Favors lines up a three and drills it. And Jacques Favors with 9 already. And Grace Christian calls another timeout. With 4:08 remaining, it's 11-5. Again, it was 6-5 just a few moments ago. But that was before Favors scored the last 5 points. All right. Again, 6 games tomorrow, both here at the middle school gym and at the main Marietta High School gym. It'll be Kevin Hicks to inbound. He finds Amir Taylor. Taylor with 3 of the 5. Denied an entry pass. Here's Favors, but he had the ball knocked out before he could make the drive. Keeps it alive, and getting it in is Rappley, who's got 4. Rappley with 4, Favors with 9. That accounts for all 13 points. 3:47 remaining in the first. Now, Washington's got a little deeper of a roster. They have 12. Well, Taylor, they do not count that shot. I think it was before the move in. It's going to be against Fountain, his first. Now, it should be team second. I got Woods with a foul. Yeah, they switch it. Well, bumped up was Ayeni as he went up. Missed the shot. Rebound is loose, and Grace Christian comes after it. And it's number 25, Sean Redmond with the foul. He's a 6'2 junior guard. That's the third team foul. Grace down by 8. They switch off for a double team as Taylor makes his way through, feeds Hicks, and he airballs it over the rim. Still Grace's basketball, and Longmire will draw contact. It'll be the second foul on Cameron Fountain with 3:17 remaining. As head coach Kenneth Brown brings his other 4 players over to give some coaching to. First shot for Longmire is good. Longmire picks up a point. It's 13-6. Second one, that's good too. Makes it 13-7. 3:15 remaining. as the entry pass to Fountain somehow stays in possession, but then they get the steal. Jordan Fields comes up with it. Fields trying to drive in and loses it, but it will stay with Grace. And Redmond looks like we'll inbound it, or head it out of bounds. He's brought out, and Jabril Mohammed comes in for him. Into the paint on the tip, and that's Longmire. First effort didn't go, second does. Stayed with it. It's 13-9. Lead gets cut in half. 2:50 remaining. Turnaround jumper off the heel for Fountain. That's going to be another offensive foul. That might be on Fountain again. And that's his third. Yep, 5 team fouls against Washington. 3 of them on Cameron Fountain. And the 6'7" center's going to have to sit down for a little bit. With 2:43 and counting here in the first. 13-9, favor of Booker T. Washington. This is Amir Taylor. Taylor trying to get around the 2-3 zone. Longmire had it. I think Rapley knocked into him. That's the 6th team foul with 2:29 remaining here in the first. And it looks like Eagles Landing just came out of their locker room after a good 80-77 victory. They had a 20-point lead. East Coweta almost came back. And it's no good on that front end of the 1-and-1 from Longmire. One-hander for Favors, no. He's fouled. And it'll be 2 shots for him. And it will be against Ayeni. Team second. And Favors has 9. Chance to get into double figures in this quarter, and he does. So that gives him 10. And Favors with 1 more. It's up, and yeah, got to roll. 15-9, 2:20 left. Backdoor cut, it's blocked on the shot from Longmire. Washington in transition, they're running, and now it's Rapley's turn to go to the line. And I'm not sure who that foul was on. Oh, never mind, I do know. It was Kevin Hicks. 3rd team foul for Grace. And the ball rolls out for Rapley. And Rapley with 4. It's Favors has 11. Rapley with the other 4. Second one, no. So missed both ends. Back to Grace. Still down by 6. 15-9. We're hit the 2-minute mark in the first. And that double team in the backcourt. Oh my gosh, there it is. Longmire steps on the line. I saw it up here. Just a matter of not if the referees saw it, and they did. Watching that like a hawk. It will go back to Washington. Trying to get some breathing room on this 6-point edge as Rapley cannot hit from outside. Back to Grace with 100 seconds remaining. They're down 15-9. Running off the rim is the shot by Kevin Hicks. Rebound won't work for him either. Now Favors dishes into the corner, setting it up as Rapley, and it hits the heel. Rapley missed his last 2-3. Taylor tried to do a behind-the-back dribble. That's a 3-ball, and that's also going to hit the rim. That was Fields. Favors got through, and he'll put it in with the left hand. Favors likes the left side. It's back to 8, 17-9, minute remaining. Largest lead of the night for the Washington Bulldogs. And another telegraph pass stolen for Tariq Woods. And Woods cannot get the ball from his left to his right, but they will rule that it was out of bounds off of Grace. Tried to go up with his left, tried to switch hands. Couldn't do it. And the entry pass, that's stolen by Longmire. He's going to try to coast. And it'll be a block on Tyreek Woods. With 40 seconds remaining. Two fouls on Woods. I think that's 17 fouls now. And Longmire to the line. He's 2 for 3 tonight from the line. 17-9. Now there's number 1. It's good. So Longmire with 5 gets Grayson to double figures. 17-10. Here's number 2. That's in. So Longmire with 6. 17-11. Back to 6. 40 ticks to go. Tyreek Woods to Favors. Says, no, Tyreek Woods will take it from way outside. And a little short. Taylor with that floater, and that's short as well. Somehow there was a steal. Longmire got it in. Couldn't. And number 3 won't fall either. That was Trevor Buford, it looks like. First action for Trevor Buford. 9 seconds remaining, and it's going to be an infraction on Taylor. And he's got 2. 2 points for Taylor. I'm sorry, 2 fouls for Taylor. Not a shooting foul, because that's only the 4th foul of the evening for Grace. So it gives Washington a quick shot, and as time winds down here in the first. And it's going to be from the elbow, no for Rapley. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Washington, 17. Grace Christian, 11. Jacquet Favors with 13. Leonard Rapley with 4. And for Grace Christian, Longmire's got 6. Amir Taylor with 3. And Ieni with 2. And we'll have quarter number 2 in a moment here on the SUV TV. Oh. Getting ready to start quarter number 2. As this is a long break between frames. As Eagles Landing is taking the occasion to exit the gym and get the drive back to McDonough. As now it looks like quarter number 2 is about ready to start. Grace in the purple. Although I believe that's dark maroon, not really purple. And Washington in the black. 17-11. Longmire will inbound to Taylor. Only 4 team fouls on Grace in that first quarter, which is important simply because they really don't have a deep bench. Taylor's got to be careful. They had a couple of half-court violations, and it's a block. As Washington trying to use their tight defense in that backcourt. It's going to be assessed against Favors, his first. And 9 seconds in, Washington picks up their first team foul of the quarter. And trying to go through a double team is Taylor, not the smartest move. And that will be alternated. It will belong to Washington. Keandre Thomas and Longmire tied it up. Well, here's Favors. This is 6'4" senior. Thomas just tosses it up there. And it was off to the left. And the foul on Washington. I thought I saw a 1 there. I think it's 24, though. Jabril Muhammad, his first, team second. Again, having trouble picking up the referee fouls because they're away from me. Another foul, that one on number 12, DeMonte Hardiman. 3 team fouls on Washington in about 35 seconds. So Washington's got to be careful. Turnaround 3 ball is good. It drops for Longmire, and he's got 9 points tonight. And it's 17-14, 7:13 remaining. Lead has been cut in half. This is Rapley. All right, here is Rapley. Gets it to Hardiman. And Favors can't hold on to it. Neither can Trevor Buford. Favors on the give and go. Couldn't get it up there. Out of bounds. As now we had Eagles Landing leaving. Here's East Coweta exiting that drive down there. South of the city. This is Jordan Fee on Hardiman. Favors at the line. He goes in, left hands, and it spins in. Well, Favors is putting on a show. He's got 15. It's 19-14. Favors beating Grace by himself. 6:26 on the clock until halftime. Hard pass to Longmire. Longmire in the paint, trying to keep a man away from him so he can get that left hand up. And this will be another alternator. And Eagles Landing with that victory. They are ranked second in 5A. They're now 9-0. They'll have a game tomorrow night against Sandy Creek. So we'll see them back here in this building. And we'll see if David Thomas, after posting 34 tonight, puts on another exhibition. Well, it went underneath. Longmire couldn't get it, but the ball caromed. And that shot's good for Ayeni, and he's got 4. 19-16. 6:05 remaining. Trying to drive in is Rapley, but he was blocked. And Longmire is goaded into a travel with 5:59 to go. And we're here at Marietta Middle School on Wynn Street and Polk. I believe the first iteration of Northcutt Stadium is nearby. Long outlet. They feed Favors from 3. It's going to hit the left edge, bounce on top of the backboard, and over, out of play, goes to Grace with 5:51 to go. They want the ball in Amir Taylor's hand. Taylor gets to Buford and a hit from DeMonte Hardiman. That's the 4th team foul, and they went to almost 2 minutes without that 4th team foul. Came close to keeping control of it, but again, they had 3 fouls in about 35 seconds of this frame. Now they get it to Amir Taylor. Amir Taylor's got to be careful with those feet. They've already had 1 half-court violation. Amir Taylor loses his balance, gets it back, has it near the baseline, tries to get it out of bounds off of a Washington player. Instead, it goes to Yenny, who tosses it up. Won't work. The other way, a quick drive for Rapley is good. Rapley would sit. And it's 21, should be 21-16. I think once again they put the points on the wrong side. Floater, and that won't work. Yeah, they fixed it now. It was Trevor Buford underneath, and about 3 shots went up. A lot of offensive rebounds for Grace. Now Buford one more time, and he gets it. Now Buford staying with it, gets the basket and the points, his first 2. 21-18, 4:51 remaining as Favors tried to find Rapley, but Rapley was in the wrong position to receive the pass. Longmire gets behind everybody, but Washington was able to rotate, get back, and Longmire with the steal and the layup. That's 11 for Longmire, makes it 21-20. And Washington calls timeout. (21-20) favor of the Booker T. Washington Bulldogs with 4:31 remaining here in the second. Grace Christian took 2 timeouts in the first quarter. So Longmire's got 11. Ayeni with 4, Taylor with 3, Trevor Buford has 2. And for Washington, it's just a 2-man show. Favors with 15, Rapley's got 6. And we have 4:31 on the clock. During halftime, I'll go fetch my phone from the scorer's table. It will be Washington basketball. They were just up by 6. Now it's a 1-point game. The scrappy Grace Christian Academy Eagles. As this is that's Rapley. And that one just massages the rim and gets in. And a long outlet baseball pass. Buford can't handle it. Back to Washington with 4:13 to go, 23-20. Again, it's a 2-man show here. Favors and Rapley. They each have 1 personal foul. And they immediately go to Rapley on the pass. However, too strong and out of bounds. Taylor. And he finds, and drilling it is Trevor Buford. Buford with a big 3 ties us up at 23. 3:48 to go until halftime. So we are tied at 23. A 12-6 run for Grace. Now immediately inside reverse layup by Fountain. No, remember Fountain had those 3 quick personals in the first quarter. Coach Brian Wheaton puts him back in. For the lead, that 3 was too high for Hicks. Hicks wants a foul called. Officials are not forthcoming. And it will be the maroon Grace putting it in. Jalen Horton was about to do it, but Taylor will take it over. We're tied at 23. Grace Christian with a chance to take their first lead of the night, and they do. That's Trevor Buford again. And Trevor with 8 points in the frame. It's 26-23. 3:13 left. Hard dribbling for Washington. They go to Keandre Thomas. Thomas gets tied up. And do they call it? What do they call? Well, it's a foul on Taylor, and that's 3 on him. And Taylor's going to have to take a seat. No, looks like they're going to leave him in. So 26-23 is your score. Washington will inbound it. They get it in. There's a 3 ball that's going to hit the heel for Tyrick Woods. Grace in transition and slipping and sliding his Fields, but he's able to keep control of it enough to get it to Buford. 2:48. Now Taylor, who's in with 3 fouls, trying to get it in. He gets it in, but he traveled before the shot. That was to make it a 5-point lead. Washington's biggest lead was 8, and now Grace's biggest lead is 3. We got 2:43 on the clock and a 26-23 game. And not sure what the issue is, but it looks like we're finally getting underway. 26-23. This is Tyrick Woods in the backcourt. He finds Rapley. Rapley's going to dribble into the paint, left side, good. 10 points for Rapley, 26-25. It's still a 2-man show for Washington. They're going to have to get other factors into this offense. It just can't go being 2 men for very much longer. Eagles Landing, well, they won with contributions by 3 guys, but 3 is one more than two as that shot by Amir Taylor goes over the backboard, over the rim. Strong roll, but too strong by Rapley. Tried to take the lead there on that layup from the right side, but a little too strong. Now, that is a trip on Jordan Fields. No, on Keandre Thomas, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's still 5 team fouls with $1:52 to go. And coming on out is going to be Buford and Hicks. It will be Longmire to inbound. Well, you see Washington settle into that 2-3 zone. Taylor's got to be careful that he doesn't pick up foul number 4 this half. Again, Grace, not a deep bench, only dressing 8. Taylor with it. Taylor thought about taking the 3, but good job for Thomas to get in his face. Back to Taylor with 1:32 to go and a 26-25 Grace Christian lead. Now Taylor will take the 3, and it's going to be off to the right. Tipping it around. Who's it going to go to? It will go to Washington. Looked like Hicks thought it would be his ball, so he kind of held off on it, but instead it will go to Washington. Again, Favors with 15, Rapley with 10. They're the only scorers for the Bulldogs. Got to get other people involved. Tyreek Woods with it. Oh, not ready for it was Redmond. And it hit the heel on the 3 from Favors. Back to Grace with 56 ticks to go until halftime. Longmire with it. Finds Jordan Fields. Fields to the near side for Taylor. Taylor's just going to put the ball in his crook of his arm. Now he'll get ready. Got a feeling that Grace wants to wait for the final shot. Actually, they just want to get Taylor open from outside, and he hit it. A very good pick and roll. Allowed Taylor to jump back, get an open look from 3, and hit it. And no good on the shot in the paint for Thomas. Favors ties it up. It will stay with Washington with 24 seconds to go. 29-25 now. Grace up by 4. And again, they're getting contributions up and down their lineup. Actually, I'm looking at their lineup. Only 4 players have scored. Not the 2 for Washington. Here's Rapley, and he'll go get fouled, but that's going to be a floor foul. Only the second team foul on Grace this quarter. It's the first one on Longmire. 16 fouls for the whole match for Grace. A very determined and disciplined offense. Now a left-hand floater for Favors goes. He's got 17. And they did it again. I think it's 26-25 because I've got Favors with 17, Rapley with 8. So that score is off. At the buzzer, it's Taylor, and it's off to the left. And we're at halftime. 29. I've got 29-25 favor of Grace. So that's what I have. Yeah, that can't be right. Well, maybe it is. It's an 18-8 quarter. And we'll be right back with the second half after this on SUV TV. I got to go get my phone. And we're back. Time for our second half of action here on the SUV TV. Well, Ja'Cory Favors got credited with 19 points in that first half. Rapley still has 10. And they found 2 extra points for Washington that I didn't have, so they made it 29-29. And immediately a foul as Longmire goes in. And my score was 29-27. And the foul will be on Fountain, and Fountain wastes little time in picking up his 4th. And Longmire makes his first. He's got 12 points. And it's 30-29. Second one, no. And it goes to Washington. And they immediately go to Favors, and it hits the left edge. Rebound is good. And let's see, was that some... Hey, that was Cameron Fountain. So finally, somebody other than those two with the bucket. And a turnover for Grace. Gives it back to Washington. 31-30, Washington up. Trying to go inside, and Fountain is fouled, so he'll go to the line. Hands didn't go all the way up. And it will be against Ianni, his second. That's only the 17th foul of the evening for Grace Christian. Fountain's first shot is good. 32-30, Fountain with all 3 points. And he's got one more. Here's number 2. And it's off the front edge. But a good rebound over the back for Favors. No foul called. He got the stick back. 3-point play the hard way. The really hard way. 34-30. Now after the missed shot, Rapley can't get it. Ball's loose. Fountain comes up with it, and he throws it over. Well, Fountain will go to the line again. He'll get some more shots. And the foul will be assessed to Jalen Horton, his first. 34-30. Chance for Cameron Fountain to add on to things. First one up, nope. It was short, saw it all the way. 7:07 to go. And it's 34-30. 7:07, second one, off to the right. So after making his first one, he's missed 3 in a row, but it's still a 4-point Washington lead with 7 minutes to go. And Taylor waltzes through the lane. He does not get the roll. Good rebound for Favors, trying to push it ahead. But Treadwell walks before he can make that drive. Back to Grace. They got it in Amir Taylor's hands. Taylor has it tipped from behind. Too strong for Tyreek Woods, though, out of bounds. The ball goes into the third row. And this is going to be Jordan Fields to inbound. Foul away from the basketball on Woods, his third. 2 team fouls on Washington already. As you see the grounds people from Marietta Middle Schools, they're cleaning up already. They call a technical warning on Favors. That's not a foul, just to warn Favors that he's skirting the edge of a technical. On the give and go, that's short. Nice rebound. I like that from Longmire, but he couldn't get to go. Longmire gets his own rebound. That's still short. He's not getting any momentum on it. Favors comes up with it. Washington up by 4. Favors, one-hander, left, it goes right, and they should alternate that. Treadwell, and it will be Grace basketball with 6:21 remaining in the third. 34-30. Treadwell is going to inbound. And Treadwell will inbound. Nice touch pass inside. Too hard. And no on the rebound. Third shot. We've seen more offensive rebounds as Favors couldn't get it in. A lid on the hoop. Finally, the rebound will go to Grace. Amir Taylor keeps trying to go through double teams, and he's fouled as he went in. And that should be on Rapley, his second. 34-30, 6:30 remaining. Only 1 point for Grace here in this third quarter. In on the first shot for Amir Taylor, who has 7 now. 34-31. Shot number 2 coming up. Spinning. It's up, yes. Taylor makes both, cuts to 2, 34-32. We should have a tight one at the end. And Longmire just cannot buy a layup now. I'm sorry, not Longmire. Favors can't buy a layup. Back the other way. Taylor steps back for a 3. It's off to the left. And Tyreek Woods will get foul. We'll give him a foul at the end of that. A very bad foul for Tyreek Woods, sending him to the line when the shot is already gone up. And Taylor will get 3 shots at it and 4 fouls for Tyreek Woods. Fountain has 4 as well. First one will go in. Hits it off the front edge and lets it trickle to the back. Now here's number 2. That's in. So that ties us up at 34. And Taylor's got one more. Last one. That's in. Taylor pretty automatic. He's made 5 in the frame, 35-34. And it looks like, yeah, all 6 points for Grace have come from the foul line. And they got the lead. Long 3, Rapley with the rebound and good. Now that's 12 for Rapley. Washington back ahead, 36-35, 5:30 remaining. Taylor sizes up another 3 and it's short. Into the cat is a walk by Hardiman. And you see that the whole way. As he kind of jumped up, came down, still had possession, so they're going to call that. 36-35, 5:19 on the clock. Here's Amir Taylor. Taylor puts up a floater, but it's over the rim. Now Rapley through the double team, he's got it. Rapley with the layup, he scored the last 4. Washington up by 3, 38-35. 5 minutes on the clock in the third frame here from Marietta Middle School. Day 2 of the Lemon Street Classic. Off to the right on the 3. Nice offensive. We've had more offensive rebounds this game. But Ayeni couldn't hit it. And they got it in Favors' hands. He's got 21 points. Floater on the left side. Baseline is good for Hardiman. Hardiman gets on the scoreboard with 2. 5-point edge. 40-35, 4:30 remaining. Washington trying to get some breathing room, but Fields has it clang down. Hardiman got it, but he steps on the line trying to keep it alive. Back to Grace with 4:25 remaining. 40-35. And the outlet pass intercepted, but Favors dribbles it off his knee. And he can't go in with it. He's got to wait for his mates and reset the offense. Treadwell. Favors, long jump shot, and it rims around. That is Treadwell who came up with it. His shot won't go. Treadwell trying to keep it alive. He slams into our SUV sign. And sure enough, here comes Ayeni with a long one, and it finds the bottom. Ianni with 7, and it's a 2-point game, 40-38 Washington. Floater from Favors, yes. Favors with 23, back to 4, 42-38, 3:44. Tying up, Taylor's now got it. Over the big guy, and that sticks. And so it got stuck, so that should be, let's see whose ball that's going to be, probably Washington. Waiting for them to award it. And it will be Grace's ball. That's Ianni, and he did it again. 2 threes in the quarter for Ianni. 42-41, 3:28 remaining. Favor sizes it up. It looks good. No, it's a little too strong. Treadwell tried to come down with it. Foul on the steal. No, I think it went out of bounds. Nope, it was a foul. It will be on Treadwell, his first. Team 5th of the quarter. As Keandre Thomas comes back in. And it will be Grace basketball. Taylor, 3 fouls in the first half. Doesn't pick up number 4 yet. Dribbles into a quadruple team. Finds Buford from outside and drops that one down. That's 11 for Buford. They've hit more threes. And Grace up by 2, 44-42. They've hit 3 threes in this quarter. And that bucket by Fountain, he's got 5. We're tied at 44, 2:40 remaining. Almost stolen. Horton got it back. Buford with it. Buford guarded by Thomas. Buford into the corner, back out. Stop and pop for Taylor, and it's off the heel. But another offensive rebound that doesn't go anywhere. They will alternate that one. That was Ianni who couldn't put it in. Leading, got a couple of players with 11 for Grace. Taylor's got 11, Longmire with 12, Buford with 11, Ianni with 10. So 4 players have come up with the 44 points as Favors doesn't have the ball as he went up, but a late foul probably on Horton. And it is. That's his first. Second. Only the third of the quarter with 2:17 remaining in a tie ball game. And it'll be Favors to the line. That's good. Favors with 24. And Favors with one more. And he got that one too. So he's just 25, and it's 46-44, favor of Washington. 2:12 remaining here in the third. Dish. No, but Buford got fouled. So Buford will go to the line with a chance to tie this ball game up. That's a 2-shot foul. First one, that is no good for Buford. Second missed foul shot of the night for Grace. That one's good. So Buford now with 12, and it's 46-45, 2:05 left. Into the corner, trying to find number 5, Fountain. Fountain gets back out, and he got it. With the floater in the lane. Fountain with 7, 48-45, 1:53 remaining. Coming in is Horton. He got around, but too strong off the rim. Back the other way. Good job trying to get the steal for Taylor, but it's out. Stays with the Bulldogs with a $1:44 to go. Washington comes in with a record of 2-3. They're 1-1 in their region. Grace Christian is 1-5 overall. Foul away from the basketball, looks like. It will be against Hicks. His second. Not a shooting foul. 48-45. We got about $1:40 remaining. Well, back to live action. Thomas inbounds it immediately to Fountain. They are feeding Fountain a lot. Ball was stripped, no foul called. Taylor with it. He goes into the coffin corner. Thinking about penetrating now. Back out to Taylor. Taylor will hold on to the ball. Grace Christian down by 3. Longmire is going to set a pick for him. Goes left side. Right hand too strong. Rebound Washington. Up ahead to Rapley. Rapley with an off-balance shot. He will get the contact with $1:12 remaining. And that foul on Longmire is second. And Rapley to the line. First shot for Rapley is short. Boy, you could see that all the way. So now they switch on the defensive end. Second one. No. Man, both of them were short. Chance for Grace Christian down by 3 from the elbow. Buford airballed it. But he got it right to Ianni, but he can't get the roll. Washington with the boards. We're under a minute left in the quarter. Trying to build on a 3-point lead. Finger tipper for Rapley. Doesn't go, but he got his own rebound. Feeds Fountain back out to Hardiman. And they're going to reset the offense. Now inside to Fountain. Fountain trying to get free. Doesn't. There's Hardiman. 4-3, and it hit the heel. Rebound is good by Keandre Thomas. And there's a problem on the court. One of the little discs came loose. Thomas with his first 2 points. It's 50-45, 34 seconds to go. On the inbound play. Grace now down by 5. Trying to feed an entry pass inside to Buford. Thomas knocks it out. 27 seconds to go in a 5-point game. 50-45. They get it in to Hicks. Hicks trying to lob it in. Almost stolen, but it'll be a hit by Treadwell. 2 on Treadwell. Ugh. And I think they're going to be in the bonus for the rest of the way. Sure enough, Buford to the line. Works around, doesn't fall. Needs these foul shots. Here's number 2. And also rimmed around, didn't fall. Sling pass to Treadwell. Treadwell into the paint. Backdoor cut is good for Thomas. That's 4 for Thomas. Lead 7. 52-45. Their largest lead is 8. Now Taylor navigates. At the buzzer is Longmire. Doesn't go. That brings us to the end of 3. And Washington with a 7-point lead. 52-45. Here over Grace Christian. Grace Christian with 16 and 23 for Washington. So we'll have the fourth quarter coming up here on the SUV TV. Starting the fourth and final quarter, Washington has a 7-point lead over Grace Christian, 52-45. Taylor thinks about the three, but that's just a way to get Washington's defense out of sorts. This is Fields. Back to Taylor. High lob in. Looking for Longmire. He'll get the basket, and he'll get the contact. Longmire now at 14. It's going to go against Favors. It's 2 on him. Now, Washington would be running away with this, but they just have a lot of problems with the fouling. 3-point play will go to the right, and Favors gets it. 52-47, 7:35 remaining. Rapley dribbles it off his foot. Treadwell's there to pick it up. He gets it back to Rapley, and they're going to reset the offense. 2-3 zones shown by Grace Christian. We've seen 2 threes from both teams. Did get my phone back from the scorer's table during the halftime. Jordan Fields inside the Favors at the elbow, and he got it. 27 points for Favors, back to 7:54-47. Fields tries to answer with a short three, but Horton is there high off the glass. No. Another rebound. That one by Ayeni doesn't go either, but I think he got fouled. He did. So a chance for Ayeni here. Down by 7, 54-47, 7 minutes remaining. First shot is short. Put a high arc on it, but not the distance. Oh, he'll have one more. That one didn't go either. Got to make those foul shots in a close game. Spinning his Favors, and his shot is short. We're on the floater. Rebound will kick way out. And number 12, the Hardiman, came up with it and gets it to Rapley. 54-47, 6:45 remaining. Got to believe that Washington's going to work a little clock here. Still a lot of time left in this one. Tried to get a cutting Rapley, and instead it's going to be Longmire, but he dribbles it off of Fields' foot and out of bounds. A wasted opportunity there for Grace Christian. Again, there's still a lot of time, 6.5 minutes, but they get it back as Rapley couldn't handle it. So Rapley couldn't hang on, and it'll be Horton inbounding for Grace. Taylor in the backcourt, long outlet, but that is just itching to be intercepted. Treadwell will oblige. Rapley having trouble with it, finds Favors at the elbow, and it's good. Jakari Favors with 29. The lead is 9. That's the largest Washington lead with 6 minutes remaining. And Favors, they finally going to get a bump on Favors. And that will be on, Favors with the bump. Third team foul. And give Grace Christian a lot of credit for staying off the fouls. Long inbound. Find Fields. Fields, hard pass to Taylor. Taylor going to get into a double team now. Goes right. And his shot's blocked by Favors, but Horton is right there to pick it up. Horton falls down. Gets it to Favors. Gets it to Taylor. Taylor's floater, no, gets his own rebound. He got pushed. Probably by Hardiman. 3 on Hardiman. It's only the 4th team foul, not a shooting foul. So Taylor will inbound. Taylor trying to get it in. They'll do the long outlet to number 4, Fields. Fields dribbling, almost got it swiped away. He's dribbled by his matching 4, Thomas. 5-second violation called on Grace. And I think we got a timeout. Washington. No, Grace Christian called it. 56-47, 5:28 remaining. Here from Marietta Middle School. Spinks Gymnasium. Again, we'll be here tomorrow with 6 games on the SUV TV. Should be fun as we wrap up this tournament. Now, here's they inbound it. This is Fields. Horton drives right side. He's fouled. Can't get the shot to go. Horton. Well, 56-47. You got to make your foul shots. And got one of them. So Horton gets his first. And that one's good too. Now Horton gets his first 2, and it's 56-49. Now it will be Washington's turn to take a timeout. Ugh. 56-49. Washington still ahead. 5:14 remaining here in the fourth. Back to live action. Washington gets it in. They're up by 7. Still a lot of time left. 5:10. 56-49. Rapley to Hardiman. And back to Rapley. Favors, I think, has played the whole game. So is Rapley. Rapley with a drive left side. Bounces out. Rebound by Thomas. Now Favors with the floater from the right side with the left hand. It's good. Favors has 31. Back to 9, 58-49, 4:45 remaining. Dribbling hard is Taylor. He thought about coasting it. Instead, it bounces off a half a dozen players. No one was able to grab it. And there is a little bit of discussion as to who it belongs to. Referees will confer. I think it's just a matter of where it's going to go. I mean, I think one thinks one way, the other thinks the other way. 4:36 on the clock. It will be red basketball. Will belong to Grace Christian. Again, they're in it's kind of a deep red, almost a maroon. Taylor inbounds, gets it back. Taylor launches a 3 and runs off the heel. Hardiman with the board. Pushing it ahead. They're up by 9. Favors try to get to Rapley, but Rapley kind of a little undersized at only 6'4". And turning it over is Taylor. Hardiman with it. Hardiman cuts through, dishes it out to Rapley. He goes off the glass, good. And 16 for Rapley, and it's 11, 60-49, 4:08 remaining. Still a lot of time for Grace, but this is the largest lead. Doing some long strides is Longmire, and he'll go to the line. Foul on Treadwell, his third. 60-49. 16 fouls on Washington this quarter, none on Grace. Oh, Treadwell will foul out. So Treadwell fouls out with 4:01 remaining. I did miss a couple of fouls, so I guess that's why. And a 60-49 game. First shot is good for Longmire. Now he's got 15 now. Makes it 60-50. That's good. So Longmire at 16, and it's back to 9. 4 minutes to go. 60-51 Washington. Still plenty of time for Grace. Favors dishes to Hardiman in the wing, back to the top. Thomas is going to do a one-hand pass to Favors, and it's off the heel. Good job for Thomas to come up with it. That also is off the rim. And Longmire comes up with it. Coming hard the other way, they will get a block. Hardiman grabs the ball. Looks like the philosophy is for Grace is just crash the lane, try to get fouls. Because we got 3:37 remaining. Chance to get it to 7. And that first one is good for Longmire. He's got 17 now. 60-52. This to make it 60-53. No, short. And Favors with the board. It's an 8-point game, 60-52. Bounce pass. And Rapley cannot get the roll. But he'll go to the line. It's on Buford, his first. That is the first team foul on Grace Christian this quarter. And they're very, very disciplined. And it's up to Rapley now. He's got 16. And he swished that one. That's his first foul shot made. 61-52. Here's number 2. He had 4 misses prior. And that one rimmed out. Taylor came up with it. So it's a 9-point lead, 61-52, 3:25 remaining. Taylor gets it back. Got it to Fields. Ball tipped away. Favors comes up with it. And he goes up with the layup. Wondered if Longmire was going to make a foul. He did not. Allowed the basket. Back to 11, 63-52. Approaching 3 minutes remaining. Taylor, they will get the reach in there on Thomas. That's foul number 8. And Taylor to the line. They're going to be shooting pretty much from here on out. 63-52, 3:04 to go. First one hit the front edge, bounced to the right. So here comes one more. Spinning on the left hand, that's good. So he's got 12, and it's back down to 10, 63-53, 3 minutes exactly. Favors with 33 points. Working it over to Redmond. Redmond drives the paint, dishes on the back end, and shot for Favors went over, but he was fouled. Well, Favors to the line. It will be on Hicks, his third. Second foul of the quarter. Favors. He's got 33 today. And he's got 34. 64-53. 2:46 left. Here's number 2, and that's good. 35 for Jakari Favors. 65-53. 2:42 on the clock. A 12-point lead for Washington. They want to crash, get fouls, or hit threes like that one from Amir Taylor. 15 for Taylor. 65-56. But a quick lay-in for Favors, and he's got 37 now. And we have a palindrome. No, we had a palindrome. 67-56 now. 2:20 to go. Now time is starting to be a little critical for Grace Christian. Especially if, well, there's another three, and that's good for Taylor. He's got 18. 2 straight 3 balls. 67-59, lead at 8. That's Rapley with the layup. And he's got 19. Timeout called. 69-59. We got 1:57 remaining. And I got a feeling Washington will take the 2 for 3. But they're moving before Grace Christian can get back into their 2-3 zone. They're pushing the tempo and getting it in the hands of Rapley or Favors. Favors is flirting with 40. He's got 37 right now. 69-59. $1:57 to go. Grace Christian basketball. Lead is 10. Still time, but Grace is going to have to start moving. Got to get a 3. Taylor to Hicks. Hicks with it. You know you want Taylor to get it because he's just hit 2 threes. Taylor going to drive, and it got blocked because they put Favors on him. That's at least a couple inches. And no good on the layup for Rapley. Trying to get through, and that one's going to roll in for Longmire. He's got 19. 69-61, 1:24 remaining. We're getting close to the automatic fouling portion of today's broadcast. Rapley with it. Rapley's going to work a little clock now. Rapley backs up, finds Favors, spacing out the defense. Redmond, and they'll tie up Redmond. So Redmond's the one they want to foul in this situation. As Longmire just gives him a bear hug. 1:04 to go and an 8-point lead. But they've got a couple of fouls to give. So remember that. They got a couple of fouls to give. Get it into Favors. Favors puts it up short. Again, Favors is flirting with 40. Say that 5 times fast. And now it'll be Rapley going to the line. That foul on Horton, 3 for him. Trying to figure out if it's going to go to the line or is it a shooting foul. It's not a shooting foul. They get it in for Redmond, and they'll tie him up. We're under a minute to go. That one's on Hicks. And Hicks has got 4 fouls. Hicks is very close. Now Hicks trying to get it in again. He does. Oh, he missed it, and the ball's going to go right out of bounds. It'll be Grace basketball, 58.2 remaining. Missed everybody trying to get that ball in. Now let's see what Grace does here. Now you're going to see Washington move into a press a little bit, make them work to get that ball in. Oh, baseball pass to the man back there. That's an easy layup for Hicks. And it's 6 points, 69-63. Now, trying to get it in, they do, tying up Rapley. And they'll call a foul as Rapley got free. That's probably going to be on Horton. And now they're in the 1-and-1. Yep, that's Horton. I got 4 on Horton. Now remember, Grace doesn't have much of a bench, only 3 players back there. Rapley with 19. This to make it a 3-possession game with 45 seconds to go. So Rapley, first one, it's short, and it's another chance for Grace. It's 69-63. They need 2 threes. Somebody's going to try to get open. No, Taylor sees room in the lane. He got fouled, though, as he drove in. And he'll get 2 shots. That foul on Redmond. I have 2 on Redmond. So Taylor to the line. Taylor with 18 points. Longmire with 19. Taylor's got 18. 69-63. First one is no good. They needed that one. Big miss for Taylor. Now this one I would almost bang it against something, because 1 point's really not going to help you. But he got it. So now Taylor with 19. Quickly getting it in, and Tyreek Woods gets fouled immediately with 34.4 to go. Foul on Longmire. And did Longmire foul out? I think Longmire fouled out. He did. So Longmire is done with 19 points, and that's a big, big blow to Grace Christian, as he was their big inside presence. And the front end doesn't go, but they do get the rebound and a foul on Thomas. Bad foul on Keandre Thomas. 69-64. Second and a half went off the clock. Oh, I think I feel this 30 seconds is going to take forever. Well, we'll be back here bright and early tomorrow afternoon for another 6-game basketball extravaganza, both at our main site and here the alternate site, and that's good for Taylor. Made that one. So he's got 20. 69-65, but they're going to have to go with a smaller lineup without Longmire. Here's number 2. Oh, hit the front end, but it's Rapley who comes down with it. Now it's just keep away as a couple seconds get taken off, and it'll be Hardiman going to the line. Again, it's a 4-point game. Trevor Buford gets called for the personal. Hardiman with 2 points, but if he makes both of these, well, it'll still be a 2-possession game, but it'll be 2 threes. Hits the front edge, bouncing around, and goes left. Well, if Washington loses this, it'll be because of the line. That one rimmed out again. Now, 4 points, 24 seconds. They can take their time. There's Taylor with a floater. It's good. And now it's a 2-point game. That's 22 points for Taylor. And Grace Christian calls timeout. 15 seconds remaining. And Washington's 12-point lead has been whittled down to 2. So another good ending here at Marietta Middle School. We should have another fantastic finish. If I'm Grace Christian, you know you want those other people to get the ball, either Hardiman, Fountain if he's in, Rapley. You don't want Favors to get it because he's your big scorer with 37 points. All right, now we're ready to go. Still time for Grace. They need a 3 to win it, 2 to tie. But they got to get the possession back, and they're going to do a quick foul. You know they're going to do a quick foul and hope that they miss. Now watch Redmond. He is all alone at the near side. High lob in to Rapley. They get it. And he's immediately tied up by Buford. Only no time elapsed off the clock. That was a little interesting. So now it's Rapley. He's got to make both of these to make it a 2-possession game. And he missed his last 2 efforts. Rapley puts it up. It hit the heel. Now this one to make it a 3-point game. Rapley eyes it. Redmond comes out for Washington. Rapley puts it up. That's short. So a 2 will tie, a 3 will win. Now Taylor moves into the lane with a floater. It's off to the left. And it's going to go to Grace. Ayeni tipped it out. So Grace has it with 6 seconds remaining. A 2 will tie, a 3 will win. But you got to believe they're going to go for the 2. They want to do a high lob in. There's the high lob in. It's a stop, it's a pop, it's off to the left. And the ball bounces around. It goes to Woods. With 1.3 seconds remaining, and they'll alternate. They're going to alternate. And who's going to get it? Washington's going to get it on the alternator. 1.3 seconds remaining. Woods, all he has to do is get it in. He does. And they tie up. Let's see, is that it? I think that's going to do it. Well, the referees are walking off, so I think that's a final. Grace Christian tries to come back, but Washington holds steady. They win it 69-67. I'm John Morgo. We'll be back tomorrow for Game 3 of the Lemon Street Classic. Thanks so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Have a good night.